High school sports fans, are you following Varsity Media on our YouTube channel? For the best coverage of New York high school sports, make sure you head to youtube.com/varsitymedia. 3 easy steps. First, hit that like button, and then be sure to subscribe. And finally, tap that yellow bell to be notified of all of our upcoming sportscasts. Thank you for following Varsity Media on YouTube.
Dante does it again!
Defensive play. Dante Zadaro.
Illico ties it up. By
Yeso steps up and score.
A jump shot for Nell.
It's a Thursday evening special on the Varsity Media Sports Network, a Suffolk showdown as the East Islip Redmen take on the Mount Sinai Mustangs on the Varsity Media Sports Network. And a pleasant good evening, everybody. I'm John Perez. Well, it's a rivalry that has been one-sided over the last few years. In fact, Mount Sinai has gotten the best of East Islip over the last few years. But it's been a tough year for the Mustangs, coming in at 4-11, but it's senior day, and anything goes. They welcome in an East Islip team that's 14-1 on the season, 12-1 overall, and they're led by 2 of the best players on all of Long Island, as we will meet Matt McEntee and Ryan Parker. Parker started the year on the shelf, dealing with an injury, but the Rutgers commit is all ready to go, coming off a 4-point performance in the win over Comstock. Meanwhile, on the other side for Matt McEntee, he's headed to Syracuse, an All-American front runner this year for what he's been able to do, putting at 58 points on the board as East Islip, led by Tom Zumo, will lead out this starting lineup and this attack with McEntee and Parker. It's Ethan Bernardos along with Sean Hannigan, Matt Baldino, McEntee, Matt Ferraro, Ryan Parker, Charlie Kalinowski, as well as Brendan McCaffrey, Andrew Cooper, Glendon Kinnear, and Drew Walendowski, who is a fantastic keeper in the cage. 10 saves against Comstock the other day. The future Villanova Wildcat has been money between the pipes. So that's East Islip. Let's go to the other side and meet Mount Sinai, and they're going to be led by 2 of their best players, as well as it's Lucas LaForge, who is headed to Michigan, and Brett Oppenheim, who is headed to Adelphi. Mount Sinai led by Harold Drum, and their starting lineup will go as follows. LaForge with Nick Coretta, Enzo Barranca, Brett Oppenheim, Jackson Berger, Noah Sapizio, Anthony Malizia, Jake Furr, Mark Schreiber, along with Thomas Massaro and Michael Romero, who is on net, as Romero will be the goalie for the Mustangs, the senior, looking to win it on senior day. We'll take a break. When we come back, face off on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Varsity Media offers live streaming services for any sport. With human beings behind the camera, you can expect the proper coverage angles during each game. We offer customizable options such as live scoreboard, multiple cameras, instant replay, graphics, and even announcers. Find out how you can save $100 off a live stream package with Varsity Media by calling 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is over 50,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck. It's East Islip, it's Mount Sinai. It's the Varsity Media Sports Network, and it should be a fun one as well. And as we get set to go, here are the keys to the game, and we'll start with the Redmen for East Islip, looking for their 15th win in the regular season. They won 13 games a year ago, and this has been a team that's been brewing to this point over the last few years. The Redmen don't let Mount Sinai settle into their offense. They're very dangerous when it comes to Lucas LaForge, who we mentioned along with Brett Oppenheim. Communicate defensively and be flexible, as Mount Sinai is going to throw everything and the kitchen sink at East Islip. And the biggest thing for Mount Sinai this year has been they have not put together a complete 48 minutes. There's been stretches, including the other night against West Islip when they fell 15-12, where they were trailing by one goal, and then next thing they know, instead of being down 9-8, they're now down 11-8, and then ultimately West Islip gets the 15-12 victory. And just be ready to take the best punch for East Islip. They've got a lot of weapons as well. And then just finding the right shot. East Islip will throw different defenses out there. You don't want to force anything. You want to take the open shot, and you want to give your team the best opportunity to get the ball in the back of the net, as those are the keys to the game today. And East Islip wearing the road blacks, and Mount Sinai in their home red, white, and blacks. A beautiful senior day ceremony at the start of this one. And while we have some time here, I should let you know that Varsity Media, of course, is the home for the Nassau Conference playoffs. And if you want to watch a Nassau game, well, be sure to check out the Varsity Media Pass at varsitymediapass.com to order. And, of course, if you are scouting as well, it's a great service tool for your team and whoever is coming out of the Nassau side of the bracket, as we are ready to go here at Mount Sinai. And the opening face-off between Thomas Massaro as well as Charlie Kalinowski. And we're ready to go. Mount Sinai wins the opening faceoff, coming off a 15-12 loss to West Islip. This is a team that's lost 4 in a row, losing to West Hampton, Smithtown, West Glen, and then the aforementioned West Islip. But they've won 3 straight against East Islip, and in fact, they've done so in dominating fashion over the last 3 years, and now with an opportunity to throw the first punch against the heavyweights in the conference for East Islip. And spun up top, it's James Del Preti, who receives it back from Brett Oppenheim, the future Delphi Panther, keeping his talents close to home on the island. As now Del Preti, the senior, ranges forward and an early turnover. And East Islip starts it off. Well, as the struggles have mounted up for Mount Sinai, it's been the reverse for East Islip. Their lone loss coming to Bayport Blue Point on April 17th. Since then, they've won 6 in a row, and in fact, they've won in dominating fashion over their last 3 games. They've outscored their opponents 28-15, including a 13-4 victory over Comsawag. Comsawag, a team that knocked off Mount Sinai 12-0, shot in front and an early goal as East Islip breaks through. Matt Ferraro, coming off a 2-point performance against WAG, gets the first goal of the afternoon. So Ferraro just slipping in and then drops it past the keeper, Michael Romeo. And so East Islip right away, and that's the start that you want. This is a team that had been waiting for this game over the last few years. In fact, they've been waiting for this season since they fell in the county final last year to West Islip. It's a team that's been knocking on the doorstep, losing in the county final last year and then dropping in the semifinal each of the previous 2 years to West Hampton in 2022 and then 2021. Swung over near side. And now played up top to Oppenheim and LaForge. Spoke to Harold Drum earlier in this week. He said that he knows how good East Islip is. It's just a matter of finding that right shot. And if it means just taking a lot of time off the clock, that's not the worst thing in the world either. You want to possess, You want to take the open shot. The only issue with possessing for a long period of time is you have to score. If you can't keep pace with East Islip, then it doesn't matter if you're holding on to the ball for 2 or 3 minutes. You're not converting. And then East Islip on their other end, they could run right up the field and score with the best of them. Nick Coretta tries to drive inside. Coretta with 44 points on the year and an early stop for Walendowski, who clears it up ahead. And receiving the outlet is Ryan Parker, the future Scarlet Knight. Fakes the pass, steps into one and scores. Well, if Ryan Parker wasn't 100% 2 weeks ago when he was shelved, he's looking at like his old self now as Parker picks up his 15th goal of the year and a 2-0 early lead for East Islip. And let's take another look. And it just gets the open shot and able to defeat his defender. And so a 2-0 lead with 9:35 to go in the first quarter. Mount Sinai wins their second faceoff, and it's Jackson Berger picking up the loose change. Berger, a two-way midi, plays a lot of defense, but good between the lines, can play offense, and since he is more defense-oriented, a good ground ball player, and he showed on that last faceoff. As now the ball will come to Jack Delaney. Delaney's only a sophomore, quick, learning a lot, very coachable with a good IQ, says his head coach, Harold Drum. Says the sky's the limit for him in the future. And Harold Drum says that there are a lot of seniors on this team. The issue was a lot of them were on the bench last year, so they don't have a lot of playing experience. But it's a good group. They've learned a lot this year. They've gotten better. And while it hasn't shown up in the wins and loss record, it is still a good season for individual goals and individual growth, and that's what Mount Sinai has been able to do this year. On the far side, here's Coretta. Coretta, that hard righty dodger, picked up by the LSM, Andrew Cooper. And now Oppenheim. Played over here. Oppenheim taking more of a leadership role this year, especially when Dimitri Budis tore his ACL. He's out for the season. Budis, a good defender. And Mount Sinai, of course, dealing with the injury bug this year as well. And so for Oppenheim, not really a vocal leader, but leads by example, and the team gravitates to him. And has been a good part of that. Spadaro over to the feed of Coretta, and Walendowski makes another save. So Walendowski keeps Mount Sinai off the board. And now the Redmen try to clear it across midfield, and they do. It's McEntee. Matt Baldino floats it over to Matt Ferraro. Ferraro, a BU commit, headed to New England after he graduates. Shot denied. Michael Romeo makes his first save of the afternoon. Or early evening now. As LaForge is stopped at midfield, and there's a timeout in there as well. We'll take it with them. 7:16 to go in the first quarter. 2-0 East Islip on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching Varsity Media, New York's high school sports network.
Hey sports fans, did you know Varsity Media live stream broadcasts get viewed by college coaches nationwide? Through our announcers' storytelling and insight on your athletes, we can help your players get an edge on college recruiting. Find out how by reaching out to Varsity Media today, 516-403-2050, or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Welcome you back to Mount Sinai High School as East Islip with a 2-0 lead on the road over the Mustangs, with goals coming from Matt Ferraro and Ryan Parker. And Lucas LaForge gets it across midfield, and we'll start it out for the Mustangs. LaForge, 32 goals, 21 assists, and 53 points. Someone whose role has changed a lot this year. Can cut and feed off of people, but he has to be the guy that has to try and create and carry a little bit more, which is something that he's not used to doing. And it's been a transitional period for him. Of course, going to Michigan next year, he'll have plenty of options in the Big Ten and, of course, in Ann Arbor. Nick Coretta on the far side. And Oppenheim dangles and is picked up by his opposite number in Parker. LaForge couldn't handle it cleanly. The scoop. And Glendon Kinnear, who gets the start, picks up the ground ball and leads transition. Here comes Ryan Parker in third gear, now in fourth, drops it off. Sean Hannigan's only a freshman as he feeds it behind the cage to Ethan Bernardo's 2 goals against Comstock, the Sacred Heart commit. And Matt Baldino, who's headed to Pace in the NE10. Pace battling for an NCAA tournament spot as well. Always one of the top programs in the NE10, regardless of any sport. You see it with their baseball, softball teams as well. Pass deflected. And lost. And so the Mustangs take over. As that was Braden Black who couldn't pick it up. Black the junior. .5:35 to play first quarter, and Mount Sinai's taken 2 shots. Walendowski stopped both of them. And Oppenheim picked up by a pair of defenders, and now it's Jack Delaney. The sophomore gives to the senior and now rounds it out. Over to James Del Preti. A lot of seniors on the roster, and a lot of seniors will play today on senior day, of course. Oppenheim, seen as the workhorse, or let's say the Mustang to this Mount Sinai team. Del Preti, up top, LaForge. LaForge trying to back down, takes a shot. Walendowski right above his shoulder, makes the save, and now feeds up ahead. Shot clamped from behind. Backhanded shot won't fall. And one and done goes, or check that. East Islip was hanging out at X. Jump shot, quick hitter, save by Romeo as he cuts down the shot from Braden Black. Across midfield. Enzo Barranca, good finisher this year for Mount Sinai. 10 goals, 2 assists. One of the dozen seniors honored before tonight's contest. And now 3:35 to go in the opening quarter is Noah Sopizio. He's a junior. Usually plays on the defensive side of the field, but now tasked with playing on offense as LaForge gets matched up with the long pole of Braden McCaffrey. Brendan McCaffrey was the odd man out coming into this year, but off an ankle injury has gotten healthier and has been a solid defender in front. Pass broke it up, now charging ahead. Here comes Matt McEntee. The drop off in front, Fake, and the shot is deflected. Bernardos gets jostled from behind by Mark Schreiber, who had a deflection. And it'll stay with the Redmen. 3 minutes, first quarter. Baldino. And Schreiber shoves him out. And a restart of the offense for East Islip. McEntee, 2 goals, 4 assists against Comsawag. Now 64 points on the season as it stays with the Redmen. Bernardos. The drop, McEntee sweeps and scores, or check that Ryan Parker. As Parker picks up his second goal of the quarter and a 3-0 lead on the road for East Islip. Well, Parker off the beautiful feed and then rifles it in as Bernardos picks up his first assist of the contest. Bernardos with 10 assists on the season, 35 points overall. Just over 2 minutes to play in the opening quarter, and East Islip with an opportunity to really make a statement in the first quarter. In fact, and we'll take a look at next quarter, the last few matchups between these two. It's been one-sided where Mount Sinai has kept East Islip just to a handful of goals. Pass overshoots Jake Berlin, and Mount Sinai recovers. Romeo comes all the way out of the cage. And a turnover. And East Islip with possession to Andrew Cooper. Cooper switched from short-stick D-midi to being a pole last year, and that's worked out for him. Two-sport athlete, great running back on the Long Island champion football team. East Islip knocking off Southside in the Long Island Championship on the football side. And looking for a Long Island Championship this year, as well as a state championship. Here's Matt Ferraro. Whistles a shot wide. And here's Jake Berlin. Berlin, affectionately known as White Chocolate because he plays like Jason Williams. Of course, the basketball player, shot in front and blocked aside by Mike Romeo. But someone who can shake guys, who can get open shots and hoist. Berlin with 12 points on the season, 6 goals, 6 assists. And final minute to play, first quarter. Oppenheim. Nick Coretta. Coretta drawing over the pole and Charlie Heffernan. Heffernan headed to pace. And Oppenheim will dangle. And Mount Sinai looks like they're content to take the final shot. McEntee draws the assignment as Oppenheim pulls him behind the cage. Oppenheim trying to turn on the Jets, and McEntee, probably one of the fastest players on the field, not giving any room. 13 seconds to go. LaForge scoops it over the crossbar, and a turnover. 7.7 seconds to play, first quarter. And let's see if East Islip can beat the clock. Heffernan. They will not even try. A 3-0 lead for East Islip going into the second quarter as Ryan Parker scored 2 goals. Matt Ferraro has the other, and that does it after 12 minutes of play. Second quarter coming up next on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is over 50,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck.
High school sports fans, Varsity Media Pass is the exclusive live stream partner of Nassau County playoffs. For semifinal and championship coverage of boys and girls lacrosse, flag football, and baseball, head to varsitymediapass.com to order. Varsity Media is the home for New York high school sports.
Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is over 50,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck.
Start of the second quarter on the Varsity Media Sports Network, a 3-0 lead for East Islip as Ryan Parker's found the back of the cage twice. And now Mount Sinai off the faceoff, rips a shot and a save by Walendowski, as that was Thomas Massaro, the freshman, trying to find the first goal of the evening for the Mustangs. Ethan Bernardos, the Sacred Heart commit, trying to shake past two defenders and still carries the ball. Sean Hannigan, best lacrosse IQ, says his head coach, Thomas Zumo, and it doesn't even matter that he's a freshman. The sky is the limit for Hannigan, as he's got 39 points on the season. And it stays with East Islip. Bernardos against Jake Furrer. Furrer the best 1v1 defender for Mount Sinai, as he tries to cause the turnover against Bernardos. Bernardos this year learning how to be a facilitator as the play comes to Charlie Heffernan. Jack Kalinowski rips it and scores. Jack Kalinowski, his third goal over the last two games. And East Islip continues to soar. They lead it 4-0. Take another look at the shot by Kalinowski. And they'll give the assist to Charlie Heffernan. As Kalinowski, with his 19th goal of the season, and a 4-spot early on in the second quarter for East Islip. Walendowski basically escorted that across to midfield, and then East Islip takes a timeout. And so at 10:30, we'll take a timeout with them as well. You're watching Suffolk County Lacrosse on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching Varsity Media, New York's premier high school sports network.
Dante does it
Terrific
again!
Defensive play.
Dante Zadaro. Illico ties it up.
By Yeso steps up and scores.
A jump shot for Nell.
Did you just have the best athletic year of your life? And now you want to show it off to college coaches? Well, let Varsity Media help you. Varsity Media's college recruiting videos show off your unique skills to help you land a spot on the team of your dream school. We'll provide music, spot shadow effects, and a link to send to your next coach. Contact us today for more information. Don't rely on word of mouth or cold emails. Let Varsity Media help you take your game to the next level.
Well, off the East Islip timeout, the Redmen resume play with 10:25 to go in the first half. 4 unanswered goals out of the jump. Ryan Parker with 2, Jack Kalinowski and Matt Ferraro, each with 1 goal. Charlie Heffernan and Ethan Bernardos with the assist as East Islip continues to pour it on. So precisional in front. And they take a 5-0 lead right off the timeout and only take 15 seconds off the board. Let's watch this again. Nice cut in front. And Ferraro just steps right into it. And as Ferraro picks up his 2nd goal of the half. And Islip out to a 5-0 lead. Oppenheim trying to weasel out of it. And here's Jack Delaney. Off to Dante Spadaro. And then a timeout taken by Mount Sinai. And we'll go to commercial as well with 10:08 to go in the second quarter on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Varsity Media offers live streaming services for any sport. With human beings behind the camera, you can expect the proper coverage angles during each game. We offer customizable options such as live scoreboard, multiple cameras, instant replay, graphics, and even announcers. Find out how you can save $100 off a live stream package with Varsity Media by calling 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net. Did you know Varsity Media now offers action photography for all sporting events? Available for individuals or teams, we'll send dedicated photographers down to field level to capture your best moments. Our rates are affordable and our photos will leave you with lasting memories for a lifetime. Contact us today, mention this ad, and get $25 off your first order. Email ben@varsitymedia.net or call 516-403-2050.
Both teams using a timeout in the second quarter, and now off the timeout, play resumes with the Mount Sinai Mustangs trailing 5-0 with 10 minutes to go in the second quarter. Still a lot of time for Mount Sinai. It's just a matter of breaking the ice and trying to open up the scoring. And that's been a tough task so far this year at times for Mount Sinai, where Harold Drum said it's just a matter of putting together a full 4 quarters, but trying to get out of scoring droughts as well. As Jack Delaney now feeds off to James Del Preti. Del Preti working against Charlie Heffernan. Del Preti trying to find the cutter. Quick shot over the bar. Well, it was a good look by Jack Delaney, but just misfired, and with Forge hanging out at X. Play restarts. LaForge takes it himself, denied. Walendowski. And LaForge picks up the rebound. Swoops up top. And Brendan McCaffrey, the long pole with the assignment on LaForge, but the play comes back behind the cage. Andrew Cooper over to Coretta. Swung up top, Del Preti. Del Preti weaving. And dumps. Coretta against the long pole. Trying to back down. Draws the extra defender. Dante Spadaro. And Walendowski scoops it up. So Mount Sinai only gets 1 shot off on that entire possession. As this brings Heffernan over to the other side of the field. Baldino to Bernardos. And then that's Jack Kalinowski. Jack and Charlie, the two brothers. Charlie, the older brother, wearing number 7, and Jack wearing number 8. Heffernan reverses course. Parker. Back to Heffernan. Low to low. Denied. Romeo makes the save. Hannigan picks it up at X. Parker. Kalinowski. Anthony Malizia with a few whacks at it. Malizia the long pole, and only an 8th grader. Really stepped up in the absence of Dimitri Bodas, wearing number 15 in white. Drive inside. Parker off the side of the net. Takes a tumble, and Mount Sinai comes out of the dust. Keeper taking it all the way out as Romeo finally gets it across over to Jake Fuhrer. Now playing on offense, and he'll switch out. Swung near side, Oppenheim. Up top to Delaney. Delaney and Sulpizo. Oppenheim will slow it down, reads the defense well, and now trying to get an assessment on this East Islip team that there's a lot of disguises in there. Now starts, shot, Walendowski, another wall, denying Jack Delaney. Delaney missed high before, then threw it right into the breadbasket of Walendowski, who makes the save. LaForge comes out, and with under 6 minutes to play, LaForge checked by Heffernan, and the offense to restart. Loose ball, this should be a turnover as the Redmen take over. McEntee gets it across. McEntee the leader, no question, says his head coach Tom Zumo. Of course, his uncle Tim, East Islip's first All-American in 1984, trying to follow in his uncle's footsteps. Baldino. Baldino inside. Off to Hannigan, and the freshman pulls it out. The drive, fake, and a goal. Ethan Bernardos racing to the net, beats the keeper, 6-0 East Islip on the road. Look at the setup. Bernardos just moves so well without the ball. And then if you give him a lane, he'll fill it and finds the back of the cage. And couldn't have drawn up a better start for East Islip. Trying to win their 15th game of the regular season in pursuit of a New York State title. Jack Kalinowski.
East Islip goal, scored by number 5, Ethan Bernardos, assisted by number 27, Matthew McEntee.
They'll give McEntee the assist, and for McEntee, it's his 37th assist of the season. And for Bernardo's, goal number 26. Charlie Venzuelo now navigating. Parker. Ryan Parker against Brett Oppenheim and comes near side. Venzuelo. Ferraro driving and scoring. Matt Ferraro's got the hat trick in the first half as East Islip opens up a 7-0 lead over Mount Sinai. Ferraro unassisted, and just a breakdown of the defense. Ferraro figured, hey, why not whip it towards the net? And he scores in a 7-0 lead for the Redmen. A whistle. East Islip calls a timeout, and we'll duck aside as well. 3:42 to play in the first half. You're watching Suffolk County Lacrosse on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is over 50,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck.
Dante does it again!
Defensive play. Dante Pizarro.
Delico ties it up. Move by Diego.
Steps up and scores.
A jump shot for Nell.
3:42 to play, second half, and a 7-0 lead for East Islip on the road. As East Islip retaining possession after the timeout. And it's Matt Ferraro already with 3 goals in the first half. As Ferraro and East Islip smelling blood in the water. And a lot on the line for East Islip. You want to go into the playoffs peaking and take care of business against a Mount Sinai team that it hasn't been going their way this year, but they're still a young, scrappy team and a team that has a lot in place. And obviously on senior day, trying to end your home schedule on a high note. But there's Matt McEntee finding the back of the cage. 8-0 Redmen. As McEntee scores his first of the game with 3:09 to play in the second quarter. McEntee, his 29th goal of the season. Like we mentioned, the 6-point performance against Comsawag. Loose ball, ground ball picked up. Charlie Venzuelo trying to race past Mark Schreiber. Schreiber, good defensive stand on the other end in the first quarter against the big attackman of Charlie Heffernan, McEntee, and Bernardos. Venzuelo to Bernardos to Berlin. In front, off the pipe, as that was Jake Berlin trying to beat the keeper. He did, but it did not go into the back of the net. And here come the Mustangs the other way, and a goal. Nick Coretta in transition puts Mount Sinai on the board, and that makes it 8-1. For Coretta, that's his 34th goal of the season. As Coretta as the first Mustang goal on senior night. As take another look in transition. Saw the window open up and stuffed it home. And another ground ball picked up. Here's Mount Sinai with momentum. Walendowski comes out of the cage, scoops up the ground ball. We'll give that assist to Brett Oppenheim, so Oppenheim's on the board as well. For Oppenheim, that's his 9th assist of the season. And so East Islip trying to get the goal back with 1:45 remaining in the first half. Bernardos up top to Ferraro. And McEntee. Parker took his eye off the ball. Now it's on the ground. As East Islip puts the clamp down. And it's Ferraro. 3 of the 8 goals in the first half for Ferraro, wearing number 6. But it's number 5, Bernardos. Was able to enter the scoreboard in his own right with a goal and assist in the first half. 70 seconds to play. Bernardos misfires. And now with under a minute to play in the first half, here comes Mount Sinai up the field. Skipped across. Here's the long pole, and Jake Fuhrer. Fuhrer off to Del Preti, and 23 seconds to go. Dante Spadaro comes on. Spadaro, someone that could come out of the box, looks good against short sticks. 12 seconds, Spadaro. Spadaro with nowhere to go. 5 seconds. Spadaro weaving inside. Doesn't get the shot off. Time expires, and that does it. 1 half in the books. East Islip with an 8-1 lead over Mount Sinai on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Dante does
Terrific
it again!
Defensive play. Dante Zadaro.
By Yeso steps up and score. A jump shot for Nell.
Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is over 50,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck. Hey parents, how about a bobblehead for your athlete? Bobbleheads are one of the most preferred personalized gift items today, and it's so easy to order. All you need is a photo of your athlete, a model number from our extensive collection of bobbleheads, and the sculpting process begins. 2 proofs are sent for your approval, and once it's approved, in a few weeks, your bobblehead is on the way. It's that simple. Order your bobblehead today by logging into varsitymediapass.com and click catalogs, or call 516-403-2050.
Hey sports fans, did you know Varsity Media live stream broadcasts get viewed by college coaches nationwide? Through our announcers' storytelling and insight on your athletes, we can help your players get an edge on college recruiting. Find out how by reaching out to Varsity Media today, 516-403-2050, or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is over 50,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck.
Did you know Varsity Media now offers action photography for all sporting events? Available for individuals or teams, we'll send dedicated photographers down to field level to capture your best moments. Our rates are affordable, and our photos will leave you with lasting memories for a lifetime. Contact us today, mention this ad, and get $25 off your first order. Email ben@varsitymedia.net or call 516-403-2050. Varsity Media offers live streaming services for any sport. With human beings behind the camera, you can expect the proper coverage angles during each game. We offer customizable options such as live scoreboard, multiple cameras, instant replay, graphics, and even announcers. Find out how you can save $100 off a live stream package with Varsity Media by calling 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Feel like your game film is too stagnant and not providing you with the insight that your coaches had hoped for? Varsity Media offers game film to help your coaches develop a game plan to execute on game day. Our current clients love the Varsity Media difference, which includes more insightful camera angles and a speedy upload process. Start building your championship team today with award-winning individuals at Varsity Media. Did you just have the best athletic year of your life, and now you want to show it off to college coaches? Well, let Varsity Media help you. Varsity Media's college recruiting videos show off your unique skills to help you land a spot on the team of your dream school. We'll provide music, spot shadow effects, and a link to send to your next coach. Contact us today for more information. Don't rely on word of mouth or cold emails. Let Varsity Media help you take your game to the next level. Varsity Media is offering a video folder that you can customize to meet your needs. A photo of your athlete can be elegantly placed in the front panel. Essential statistics with a biography can be printed on the inside panel, and videos can be downloaded and viewed on an LCD screen for as long as 2 hours. The attractive video folder can be placed on a coffee table and instantly becomes a conversation starter. Order your video folder today by logging into varsitymediapass.com and click Catalogs, or give us a call at 516-403-2050.
High school sports fans, are you following Varsity Media on our YouTube channel? For the best coverage of New York high school sports, make sure you head to youtube.com/varsitymedia. 3 easy steps. First, hit that like button, and then be sure to subscribe. And finally, tap that yellow bell to be notified of all of our upcoming sportscasts. Thank you for following Varsity Media on YouTube.
Dante does it
Terrific
again!
Defensive play. Dante Zadaro.
Illico ties it up.
Move by Dieso steps up and score. A jump shot for Nell.
Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is over 50,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck. Hey parents, how about a bobblehead for your athlete? Bobbleheads are one of the most preferred personalized gift items today, and it's so easy to order. All you need is a photo of your athlete, a model number from our extensive collection of bobbleheads, and the sculpting process begins. 2 proofs are sent for your approval, and once it's approved, in a few weeks, your bobblehead is on the way. It's that simple. Order your bobblehead today by logging into varsitymediapass.com and click catalogs, or call 516-403-2050.
Hey sports fans, did you know Varsity Media live stream broadcasts get viewed by college coaches nationwide? Through our announcers' storytelling and insight on your athletes, we can help your players get an edge on college recruiting. Find out how by reaching out to Varsity Media today, 516-403-2050, or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is over 50,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck.
Did you know Varsity Media now offers action photography for all sporting events? Available for individuals or teams, we'll send dedicated photographers down to field level to capture your best moments. Our rates are affordable, and our photos will leave you with lasting memories for a lifetime. Contact us today, mention this ad, and get $25 off your first order. Email ben@varsitymedia.net or call 516-403-2050. Varsity Media offers live streaming services for any sport. With human beings behind the camera, you can expect the proper coverage angles during each game. We offer customizable options such as live scoreboard, multiple cameras, instant replay, graphics, and even announcers. Find out how you can save $100 off a live stream package with Varsity Media by calling 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Feel like your game film is too stagnant and not providing you with the insight that your coaches had hoped for? Varsity Media offers game film to help your coaches develop a game plan to execute on game day. Our current clients love the Varsity Media difference, which includes more insightful camera angles and a speedy upload process. Start building your championship team today with award-winning individuals at Varsity Media. Did you just have the best athletic year of your life, and now you want to show it off to college coaches? Well, let Varsity Media help you. Varsity Media's college recruiting videos show off your unique skills to help you land a spot on the team of your dream school. We'll provide music, spot shadow effects, and a link to send to your next coach. Contact us today for more information. Don't rely on word of mouth or cold emails. Let Varsity Media help you take your game to the next level.
Welcome you back to the start of the second half. East Islip and Mount Sinai from Mount Sinai High School as the Redmen with an 8-1 lead over the Mustangs as they were dominant in the first half. Getting 3 goals from Matt Ferraro. Matt McEntee found the back of the cage as well as Ethan Bernardos and Ryan Parker. Nick Coretta, the lone goal scorer for Mount Sinai, as now East Islip starts it off to begin the third quarter. And McEntee comes near side. As now East Islip to empty their bench a little bit. Ethan Black, number 26, is starting the second half as McEntee goes 1v1. Draws 2 defenders and slips it far side. Here's Matt Baldino. Baldino to McAtee, thought about firing. Ball comes ajar, fight for the loose ball. And it will be Mount Sinai possession. Mount Sinai's dropped its last 4 games. And trying to take on one of the top teams in Suffolk County, if not all of Long Island, and get a victory on Senior Day. They're going to have their work cut out for them. As Michael Romeo gets it across midfield and carries it himself. Romeo curls it behind the cage. And now sets it up. Shot. Walendowski makes the save. And it'll stay with the Mustangs. But hey, last game of the year for Mount Sinai. You're a senior. Leave it all out there. Try anything. And unfortunately, when you're trailing by 7, that's gives you room to leave it all out on the field and try different things. Delaney over to Coretta. Coretta the drive, sees an opening, whips it, and Walendowski makes the save right in front of his mask. 2 minutes gone by, East Islip trudging up the field. Baldino starts it off, and now it's Black. Braden Black, a junior. Off to McAtee, 9:35 to play, third quarter. McAtee, 1v1. Goes over the pole, fight towards the midfield. And Ferraro trudges back upfield, off to McAtee. What a year it's been for East Islip. Big wins over Syosset, Connecticut, Sayville, Shoreham-Wading River. 14-1 in the regular season, 12-1 in conference play. That lone loss coming in Bayport Blue Point. BBP having a fantastic year again as well. As the ball comes near side, off to Black, and now up top to Ferraro. Tic-tac-toe goes off the webbing of Hannigan's stick. Sean Hannigan tries to pick it up. And Luke LaForge striding across midfield. LaForge working on Ferraro, slings it. Walendowski gobbles it up. Back the other way, C opens up, McAtee bounces it in. 9-1 East Islip on McAtee's second goal of the game. He's got 30 goals on the season. 9-1 East Islip.
East Islip goals scored by number 27, Matthew McAtee, unassisted.
Well, that's what McAtee can do in the open field when he's got a step. So lethal, buries it. And an 8-goal advantage for Mount Sinai. So off the face-off again. Battle for the loose ball, and here comes Ryan Parker. Baldino. In front, skips off the top of the stick of Hannigan. Here's Oppenheim. Flag is out. And LaForge. Golden opportunity for Mount Sinai. They take advantage. Sean Kling, the senior, scores his second goal of the season. And the wing makes it 9-2. Penalty upcoming. So Kling, the feed in front. Good fake. Beats Walendowski. It'll be a 30-second penalty against Ryan Parker as we go to the face-off. Caden Bloom will take it for East Islip. And he commits the violation, and possession for Mount Sinai. Or check that, a minute slash against Parker. And so a chance for Mount Sinai to whittle down this deficit. And there it is. Nick Coretta blazes one to the back of the cage for Coretta. That's goal number 35 on the season, making it 9-3. Coretta's got such a hard shot. And then when he's open, he can bury it. Well, if the face-off back at even strength, then Walendowski comes out of the cage. We'll give that last assist to Spadaro. And Dante Spadaro with his 7th helper of the season. He's got 13 points on the year. Approaching the midway point of the third quarter. Parker starting to cook. Bernardos receives up top, the long pole drawn out by Dylan Kaplan, only a sophomore. Kalinowski loses it. East Islip picks up the ground ball. That was Jack Kalinowski with the GB. And Kalinowski's coming off. Jack Kalinowski's coming off. Not sure if there was blood or what happened on his. Wasn't a penalty, so therefore East Islip just restarts with 5:39 left in the third quarter. And now the officials will converge. Trying to see if we got a ruling here. What happened on the previous play, but, well, they get a look at how one-sided this rivalry once was. In fact, Mount Sinai, over the last 3 meetings, just blowing the doors off of East Islip. 10-3, 12-2, and then 17-4. Now it's been reverse course for East Islip today, putting up one of those banner seasons in pursuit of a New York State championship, but Mount Sinai in dominating fashion. And a team that last year went 17-1, losing to Shoreham-Wading River in the county final. Play resumes. Sean Hannigan receives. Parker to Hannigan, then Bernardos. McEntee fakes the pass and then spreads it behind the cage. Baldino takes a tumble And the possession halted. Mount Sinai takes over. 5 minutes to go in the third. Michael Romeo loses a stick, goes down, but a timeout taken at midfield by Mount Sinai with 4:52 to go in the third quarter. We'll step aside on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching Varsity Media, New York's premier high school sports network.
Dante does it again!
Defensive play. Dante Zadaro.
Illico! Timeout!
Move by Yeso steps up and score. The jump shot for Nell.
Did you just have the best athletic year of your life? And now you want to show it off to college coaches? Well, let Varsity Media help you. Varsity Media's college recruiting videos show off your unique skills to help you land a spot on the team of your dream school. We'll provide music, spot shadow effects, and a link to send to your next coach. Contact us today for more information. Don't rely on word of mouth or cold emails. Let Varsity Media help you take your game to the next level.
Back here at Mount Sinai High School, 4:52 to go in the third quarter. And it's been all East Islip. Matt Ferraro leading the way with 3 goals. Nick McEntee with a pair of goals himself. Nick Coretta's really come on for Mount Sinai. He's got 2 of the 3 Mustang goals. As Mount Sinai on senior day trying to have one last victory and one last ride for the Mustangs. Jack Gottlieb, the junior, now on the field as LaForge whips it wide to the right. Here's LaForge. No pass was held, and then a penalty as Parker. Presumptively a cross-check on Barranca. And then a second flag and third flag come out. And we'll get ready for all the bookkeeping. So McEntee and Parker coming off. Although I'm not sure if they're the ones that committed the penalty. Parker did, so he comes off. And so Parker to serve the penalty, as well as McEntee, and golden opportunity for Mount Sinai to get back into this game. Got the man advantage. Oppenheim. LaForge to Noah Solpizo. Shot saved by Walendowski. Jack Delaney tried going low to low. LaForge gears into one. And Walendowski there again. Big stride ahead. Here's a long pole and a goal. East Islip on the counter. And the Redmen just continue to pour it on. They lead it 10-3. Well, this is what you do when you clear the ball. Don't have the numbers on your side, so get the goal in there. So that makes it 10-3. And now Caden Bloom trying to win the faceoff, and a flag is out. And East Islip possession with 3:25 to play in the third. So the penalty called against Dante Spadaro. Swung near side. Now behind the cage. Sean Hannigan. Parker picks up the loose ball. Under 3 minutes to play in the third. Quick shot and a goal. Matt Baldino. What a year for Baldino. That's his 43rd goal of the season. The lefty attackman headed to pace. Finds the back of the cage, and that makes it 11-3 EI on the road. Parker, the pretty feed. And then Baldino once more. Now back at even strength, then off the face-off. Matt Ferraro. Gives off to Baldino, and now Bernardos. McAtee. McAtee reversing course. Braden Black. Braden Black gets around Brett Oppenheim. Towards McAtee and a turnover. Well, Black was pushed on the pass. That might have altered the trajectory towards his teammate, and there's a turnover. .136, winding shot denied. Romeo makes the save on Bernardos. Ball comes back out, it's Baldino. Baldino. Off towards Jake Berlin. Berlin seen as somebody who's sneaky good and having a good year in his own right. 12 points coming into the contest. Ball deflects around. Final minute to play. Should stay with East Islip. And saved before going out of bounds. And there is Mr. Sneaky Good, Berlin, keeping it alive for East Islip. Winding shot, wide to the right. It was Matt McAtee who stepped into it. .29 seconds to play. McAtee, jump shot over everything. And Bernardo's. Bernardo's looking to drive, slips it in. Ball deflects. McEntee loses it. 10 seconds. Stays with Parker. Ferraro winds and fires wide to the left. 3.2 seconds to play in the third. See if East Islip can beat the clock. 2 seconds, low pass, and they won't get the shot off, but that does it. 11-3 East Islip after 3. You're watching Suffolk County Lacrosse on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Varsity Media offers live streaming services for any sport. With human beings behind the camera, you can expect the proper coverage angles during each game. We offer customizable options such as live scoreboard, multiple cameras, instant replay, graphics, and even announcers. Find out how you can save $100 off a live stream package with Varsity Media by calling 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is over 50,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck.
Welcome back to Mount Sinai High School. East Islip with an 11-3 lead on the road en route to their 15th win of the season, but still 12 minutes remain in the senior campaign for the senior class for Mount Sinai. Trying to pull off the upset, and they try and pick up the ground ball with a push from behind. And it stays with East Islip. Charlie Vensuelo off to Jake Berlin. East Islip started this game off red hot, scored the first 8 goals of the contest. Matt Ferraro with 3 of those 8. Matt McEntee has a couple of goals, as McEntee is really rounded into form. Now 30 goals on the season. Give him an assist on this game as well. And that's now 67 total points in his senior campaign. Here's Ryan Parker. He's the future Rutgers Scarlet Knight. Parker do-si-do with Jackson Berger. In front, nobody home, and an easy goal. Charlie Vensuelo, goal number 29 for the glue guy. And that makes it 12-3. Well, Vensuelo was creeping down low. Nobody picked him up. And just outside of the crease, able to bang it home. And so East Islip with a goal, just 58 seconds into the fourth. Sean Kling, the ground ball. Here's Kling, eyeing towards the net, shoots, and a goal, plus the flag. A little bit of a delayed signal, late hit in there as well, but Sean Kling galloping to the net as Kling picks up his second goal of the contest. And take a look at Kling, able to beat Walendowski and then take a big hit from behind afterwards by Charlie Vensuelo.
second place.
Off the face-off, Baldino. Walendowski makes the save on Coretta, looking for his third goal of the game. Walendowski. The keeper comes out. He's eyeing the net. Walendowski to the net. He scores. It's a goalie goal. Drew Walendowski. The future Villanova Wildcat buries it, goes unchecked, and gets the goal. Look at Walendowski shaking two defenders. And then, hey, why not? At that point, go for goal. He did. And a great celebration to boot. Off the stoppage. I'll flip near side. Here's Brett Oppenheim. And LaForge is a two-play catch. LaForge. He gets some separation with the head fake. Scooped up near side Coretta. James Del Preti. Del Preti trying to beat the ride. And it's Coretta working with Andrew Cooper. Coretta goes down, ball comes loose, no flag. And then Walendowski skirts it ahead to McEntee. McEntee off to Parker. Finds its way back out to Parker, and now a reset. No flag, but a new goalie now for East Islip. And so East Islip, I'd imagine, would start to empty their bench probably after this possession, already leading by 9 goals, final 8 minutes to play. McEntee. Bernardos. Up top. Comes Braden Black, and then trying to weave his way inside through a few defenders is Jake Berlin. Draws the flag. Ball whistles wide, and the flag coming out. And so, while we wait for the penalty and the setup, it's time for our Speed Island Speedy Play of the game. Brought to you by Onyx Salva and the company, located in Garden City. Book a session today at speedislandny.com. Well, we saw that last goal by Drew Walendowski, and Walendowski just charging up ahead as he was able to cut through defenders. And kind of poetry in motion. Walendowski speeds his way in and finds the back of the cage. Give East Islip a 13-4 lead. And East Islip scores again on the EMO. And so that makes it 14-4. With 7:32 to play. We had to show you the scoreboard just so you could see that it happened. But in front, and there was the goal for Jack Kalinowski. 15-4 the score. And Mount Sinai able to get one back. As that makes it 14-5, 7:15 to play. Now let's take another look at the replay. As Luke LaForge finds the top right corner. And LaForge trying to end his career on a high note. As he scores his first of the game, and for LaForge, future Michigan Wolverine, his 33rd goal of the season. I'll give him the unassisted goal, and now here comes Brett Oppenheim driving inside and saved in front. Clamp down and EI the other way. Braden Black sprinting ahead and shoveled in. Jake Berlin, his 7th goal of the season. And East Islip gets one back, the lead back up to 10. Well, it started with Braden Black, the junior, and then you just found Berlin, 1v1 with Romeo. Found the back of the cage. Off the face-off the win for Tommy Massaro. Drive in front, LaForge again. Lucas LaForge with back-to-back goals. As LaForge leaving it all out on the field. Able to beat the keeper and make it 15-6. And LaForge just a rifling shot in front. It's almost impossible to stop in 1v1. So East Islip dipping into their bench. Like we mentioned, is Charlie Kalinowski. Trying to get the ground ball. We're also seeing Chris Kazarian and Sebastian Regis on the field for East Islip. As Mount Sinai trying to take advantage, and Lucas LaForge misses the rebound. Ball almost intercepted by Keith Leonard, the senior. Leonard, the long pole, coming off the bench, brings a good energy for Tommy Zumo's crew. Coretta. Oppenheim. Oppenheim to Salpizzo. And now gets it back, 5:35 to play. Oppenheim whizzes it wide. Lucas LaForge. Shot almost goes wide, and it doesn't get past the line. Mustangs so close to finding the end line to cross the goal. I was going to say back of the cage, but ball barely would have went into the net. Here's Justin Martinez, a senior for East Islip. Trudging inside, ball comes ajar as the defense swarms. And Ventuello up top to Charlie Kalinowski. Matt Miller. Justin Martinez. Save by Romeo. Long pole. Jake Führer. And now comes near side, Ventuello. Final 4:05 to play in regulation. Has been a dominating effort for East Islip, but off the bounce, a save by Romeo. Ryan Hilbert taking the shot. Back the other way. Here's Sean Kling. 2 of the 6 goals today for Mount Sinai. As Enzo Barranca misses wide to the left. Trying to drive on the inside, and a quick hitter. A goal falls for Coretta. He's got the hat trick. And that makes it 15-7 with 3:37 to play in the fourth. Well, Coretta threw a pair of defenders. Baldino in front, and there's the goal for Barranca. Enzo Barranca with back-to-back goals. That makes it a 7-goal game and just takes 6 seconds off the timer. Back-to-back goals for the Mustangs. On the pretty feed by Coretta to Barranca. Bingo. Off the face-off, Chase Canfora, the junior. Keegan Ferrin directing traffic for EI. Aiden Allen. Justin Martinez didn't handle it cleanly, but ball didn't trickle too far away, so he scoops it up. Ball finds its way through to Romeo. He picks up the short hop. And a timeout taken by Mount Sinai with 2:46 to go in the fourth. We'll take it with them as well on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Varsity Media offers live streaming services for any sport. With human beings behind the camera, you can expect the proper coverage angles during each game. We offer customizable options such as live scoreboard, multiple cameras, instant replay, graphics, and even announcers. Find out how you can save $100 off a live stream package with Varsity Media by calling 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is over 50,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck.
Welcome you back. Start of the final 2:46 to go. In the fourth quarter, it's been all East Islip, but Mount Sinai off the timeout. Trying to wind down this deficit on senior day as the sun starts to set here at Mount Sinai High School. And they'll slow it down and go off to Brett Oppenheim. And so it seems like Mount Sinai just taking their time here, down 7 with 2 minutes to play. And finally to Noah Solpizo. Rips a shot wide to the left. .157 to go in the fourth. Oppenheim to Solpizo. Solpizio. Winding shot, scores LaForge, hat trick. And that makes it 15-9. LaForge with a wicked shot, finding the back of the cage. As LaForge, after a deferential offense, slips it past the keeper. Top left corner. And now 1:42 to play, and you'd have to imagine that if East Islip wins this faceoff, that's all she wrote. And there's the ground ball as Caden Bloom comes out. And the turnover. And some Mount Sinai. Off the long pole, Jake Fuhrer. Del Preti skips across midfield. And now off the screen. Well, it wasn't the banner year for Mount Sinai that they were expecting at the beginning of the year, losing a lot of talent from last year. But Harold Drum says that this has been a fun team to coach, very coachable. They've learned a lot, gotten better in certain areas. And while the scores might not indicate the true closeness of the last couple of games for Mount Sinai, a lot of talent on this team and some talent that returns next year. And Mount Sinai trying to get back on the winning track in the coming years as the shot goes wide by James Del Preti. 42.8 seconds to play. Final possession for the seniors. Here's Nick Coretta, one of those seniors. And then just spun around. We'll see if there's one more shot to go. But East Islip is going to pick up the victory as time starts to wind down. 15-9 the score for East Islip. The first time that Tommy Zumo, under his administration, has beaten Mount Sinai. It's a 15-9 final as East Islip, with the road victory, will pick up their 15th win of the season as EI now sets their sights on the playoffs. So that'll do it for our entire crew, led by executive producer Ben Turchin. Technical director is Becca Kazaks. For Travis DeLuise, our moving image camera operator, this is John Perez saying so long from Mount Sinai High School. This has been a presentation of Suffolk County Lacrosse and the Varsity Media Sports Network.